What's going on, guys? This is LSU Recruiting HQ, and we got a huge weekend to cover. It is LSU Recruiting, it is the Bayou Splash, and it is that time of year, man. Football season is about a month away, and we are locked into everything going on with the recruiting, with the upcoming season, man. We got it all for you guys here. You're going to want to stick around for this episode. If you're not already, man, make sure you hit that like, hit that subscribe button, comment, do whatever you got to do, to get us in the algorithm. And if you're not subscribed, man, what are you doing? What are you waiting on? All right, let's jump right into it, man. The Bayou Splash this weekend. Huge recruiting weekend for LSU, not just for the 2024 class, but 2025 and even 2026. You got huge names on campus this weekend, guys that were even supposed to go to other campuses and ended up coming to you instead. And we got huge news out of Duncanville, Texas. Both Colin Simmons and Durham, are running back for Duncanville, are both on campus this weekend. Caden Durham announced today his top three of LSU, Oklahoma, and A&M. His commitment date is coming sooner than later, and you gotta like where the Tigers stand, being that his last two visits were both to LSU. Same with Colin Simmons. If he ends up announcing in the next month, you gotta feel good if you're LSU. You get those last two visits on there. You also had guys like in-state talent, 5-star Dominic McKinley. It was so crucial for him to get on campus this weekend, and they ended up offering his little brother, 2026 edge rusher Darius McKinley, gets his LSU offer. He's already got tons of offers from the rest of the country, but huge news getting the top 20 player in the entire nation, number one player in Louisiana, Dominic McKinley, on campus right before the dead period. You also had guys like Ole Miss commit Joseph Cryer, currently committed to Ole Miss, but LSU is pushing so hard. Really, my guy's got a big problem here, kind of, because you have a 4 to 5 offensive linemen that you are chasing after right now, and it's like you only have room for a couple of them, so it's a good problem to have, but it indeed is a problem. Brad Davis has on his hands. So you have Joseph Cryer in state. You have Ori Williams out of Texas, who's announcing sometime soon where he will be committing. I love where the Tigers stand with him. Made a huge impression this weekend. Canceled his trip to Florida, and I like where the Tigers sit with that one. You also have Blake Ivy, another 4-star out of Texas. The Tigers are in the hunt in that one. Texas A&M is pushing real hard to keep him in state, but Brad Davis made an impression. You also get him on campus this weekend. You got guys surging. You got guys like Devin Smith out here in Georgia, a linebacker. You just signed Tylen Singleton out of Louisiana. You get a commitment from him. You trying to add another linebacker, a 3-star from Georgia named Devin Smith is looking good. We'll talk a little bit about some negative news. Xavier Atkins ended up visiting Texas A&M this weekend instead of LSU. A lot of the major services are flipping their predictions to Texas A&M. He is still currently committed to LSU, but who knows much longer that is going to last. But all in all, man, LSU had a very solid weekend. I know a lot of people were asking about Wardell Mack. Wardell Mack did not make the trip to LSU based on like scheduling conflicts. I don't think it was that he didn't want to go. He really wanted to take that trip to Florida on Saturday, and with his flight to Florida being on Friday night, he was not able to make it. So tough news there. The number 2 player in the state of Louisiana doesn't make it on campus for LSU's biggest weekend. And then obviously you had all the commits like Colin Hurley, guys like that. Kai Bates gets the commitment this weekend. 2 Florida guys. Colin Hurley is doing a tremendous job pitching LSU, making it making it like this big thing. You know, every class has their recruiter, right? Has the guy you see on Twitter, really just promoting and getting in guys' ears. Jawan Johnson's another guy who's doing that as well. The former Colorado commit who ended up flipping his commitment to LSU. But like I said, in all, man, it's a huge weekend for LSU recruiting. A huge weekend for the 2024 class. You had a ton of guys on campus this weekend, which, I mean, that alone is just something that you can't take for granted, because you're always recruiting. Yeah, you have the 2024 guys on there. You have guys that are currently committed to you. They're kind of helping recruit. You had guys like Jawan Johnson, Colin Hurley, Kojay Cobbins out of Destrehan. Michael Turner was on campus. A lot of guys were on campus. A lot of targets were on campus. And then, like I said, a lot of 2025 guys were on there. Decorian Moore, a 5-star wide receiver, he was on campus. Some other big names, USC commit Anquan Fagans was on campus. LSU's making a super strong push for him. And then you get guys from 2026, guys from in-state, getting LSU offers like Darius McKinley. You get Braden Robinson, a wide receiver, on campus, or Maury Johnson on campus. It was just a huge weekend for LSU, and I believe Brian Kelly and the staff knocked it out the park. Look for guys, start committing. The month of August, guys are going to be making their decisions before their high school season starts, and you've got to like where LSU stands on a ton of elite prospects throughout the country. Not only in state but in the state. Right next door to LSU, that Duncanville to the boot connection is looking really good as of right now. You've got to like where things stand between everything. The fact that Caden Durham is announced his top 3 and feels like he's ready to commit after he got to visit LSU multiple times. He's been on campus a lot. He brought his teammate in there. They also have 2025 teammate there, DB. So you got to like where things stand with that. The only concerning thing, like I said, with Xavier Atkins going to Texas A&M this weekend, and then Wardell Mack going to Florida this weekend instead of LSU. So those things are probably problems of concern. You have a guy like Xavier Atkins who's from Texas, lived in Louisiana for a little bit there. But he did end up in College Station this weekend. And then you have Wardell Mack, obviously, down there in New Orleans, who ended up making the trip to Florida. But, like I said, man, a huge weekend. If you're not already, you know what to do, guys. Like the video, subscribe to the channel. It's completely free. All it does is help us out and continue to grow our platform. I appreciate you guys for watching. It's short and sweet tonight, giving you guys the Bayou Splash update. I hope you guys have a great rest of your week, and we will see you next time.